Welcome back to Frame by Frame with Photog Boss. I am Cherry Stanball, and today on episode 4, we're going to talk about something that will instantly elevate your photos: natural light. Now, I love gear. I love a beautiful softbox or a speed light or any of my lights. I've taken stunning images, but you know what? Some of the most stunning images I've ever taken have been free and beautiful natural light. It is everywhere. And as long as you know what to look for, you can make it work. So today I'm going to teach you how to find it, how to shape it, and how to use it no matter where you're shooting. First up, not all light is created equal. Natural light changes all day long, and learning to see the light is usually just as important as learning your camera. So we're going to break it down to different types of light. I'm going to take my camera off here. Number 1, you've got golden hour. Golden hour is your bestie, bro. It is like the GOAT. Golden hour is that dreamy light right after sunrise or just before sunset when the sun is low, the light is soft and warm, and it flatters literally everyone, no matter what shape, color, size, or era they're in their life. For example, if I'm shooting senior portraits or a romantic couple, I almost always book it for a golden hour. I try to. Think glowy skin and soft highlights and warm tones. Yes, please. The pro tip to that is facing your subject toward the light source, the sun, because it's a low glow, but have them slightly turn for more of a natural look, or shoot backlit with the sun wrapped around them for that magical halo effect. It just depends on the image that you're trying to go for. The second, when it comes to sun, is overcast days. I tend to shoot a lot on overcast days. This is like cloudy with a chance of gorgeous. A cloudy day may feel like blah, but photographers, like literally it is life. Clouds act like a giant softbox for us. It diffuses sunlight. It gives us even lighting with like minimal shadows on foreheads and faces. For example, once I did a branding session downtown in Indy on a totally gray day, and the images were like, okay, no blown out highlights, no harsh shadows, just clean, even light. Perfect for headshots. And I didn't really even need any of my external light sources. So you can shoot anywhere. There's no more chasing shade if you have that kind of light. Number 3, the harsh midday sun. This is my frenemy. Like literally, I hate shooting in the bright light, but it's sometimes necessary. The sun's like the cousin at Thanksgiving that nobody wants. He's like unpredictable and always like just, okay. So you can plan better, do better, but sometimes light straight overhead causes dark eye sockets and unflattering shadows and shiny skin. So if you don't have external sources of light and you don't understand it yet, the number 1 thing you can do is find some freaking shade. So what is open shade and how do you use it? Open shade's like when your subject is in the shade, but there's still like open sky in front of them so that there's still light coming through and there's not harsh shadows behind you. So side of a building, under a tree, as long as it's not like dappled light where you got to watch for those blotchy shadows. It's always a pain in the ass. A porch, an archway, a parking garage. If you see me say, move 1 inch forward or 1 inch backwards, it's because of that dappled light. When I photograph families at high noon, I tuck them in the shaded sides of buildings and I face them toward the sky and then boom. It's amazing soft light, directional soft light with no squinting and no uneven skin tones or splotches of sun on their bodies. But you need to watch the subject's eyes. If you can see that sparkle or those catch light in their eyes, you know you're in the right spot. All right. Now, let's talk indoor magic. There's so much that can be covered with outdoor, and I'm like literally just grazing the tip when it comes to this stuff. So let's talk about indoor. All right. Let the window in your studio or in the building that you're in be the light. Don't underestimate the power of a big window because that is your free softbox. When you're shooting indoors, here's the thing. You want to turn off overhead lights because they mix weird with natural light. It can create a weird color with lighting, but it also creates like different facets of shadows, and raccoon eyes is a thing. Like literally when you get dark circles or weird shades on the sides of the nose. What you want to do is you want to face the subject toward the window, but like at a 45-degree angle with a curtain or shower liner or literally a curtain. When I shoot newborns or maternity indoors, I'll set up like a big north-facing window, turn off the room lights, and let that natural light do its thing. It's clean, it's timeless, it's gorgeous. That's the most ideal, but obviously I know how to do it with lights as well. You know what? If you hold a big white foam board or reflector opposite the side of the window to bounce the light, it'll actually help fill shadows too if you don't have light. All right, so what if you want that glow? You want to try backlighting. Backlighting is when the sun is behind your subject. Like at golden hour, it creates a dreamy glow and sort of a lens flare. It's flattering and it's romantic, but the tricky part is to expose for that first. You want to expose for your environment first. You're going to place the sun behind your subject. You're going to expose the face, not the background. Use spot metering if needed. Spot metering, we'll go into that later, but then you're going to add a reflector in the front of that person to bounce back some more light onto them. So I don't know, for a senior session in tall grass, sunset, backlight all day. I'll have them face slightly off to the side with the sun sort of behind them, maybe at some degree, and then we'll reflect light onto their face with a reflector. The glow is unreal. That's typically what I would do, especially if I didn't want to bring around all my lights. But in real life, you can just practice. Let's just say you're in your backyard at 3 p.m., full sun, and you have a friend who wants a quick headshot. May or may not charge for these, but nonetheless, you're getting some experience. Instead of putting them straight in the sun, walk them to the shade at the side of the house and face them toward the sky, not in the deep, deep, deep shade. Check their eyes. Can you see their catch lights? Can you see the catch light? Good, then shoot. Take one with the sun behind them as backlight, and then one with them like kind of facing the sky with the light to their side. Study the differences, and that's how you train your eye. Every single shoot is going to be different. And for your homework, this is what I want you to do. You're going to pick a location, whether it's your living room, your backyard, or a park, or bonus points, do all three. Take photos at different times of day at the same spot. Try facing your subject in different directions, towards the light, away from the lights, backlit, side lit. Use what you've learned about open shade and window light and practice spotting those catch lights for those eyeballs for your subjects. And then notice how like the shadows and the highlights behave. That is how you become a better photographer, just using the subjects that you have. If you have children, if you have pets, if you have besties, shoot them and figure it out. Play with it until you get to the style that you like. In the next episode, we're going to talk about posing basics, because once you've got great light and you understand your settings and you're starting to understand your camera, it's not okay if your client looks like a confused mannequin. So we're going to fix that, and I'll walk you through some go-to poses so that you can confidently direct your clients and how to make your subject feel like a rock star in front of the lens. So hit subscribe, tap the bell, comment below with any of your lighting wins, and let me know if you're still struggling, because I promise you are not alone. Even professional photographers like me still struggle in some capacities, and it comes down to pulling out the resources that we've learned over the years. This is Frame by Frame with Photog Boss, and you're killing it. Keep going. Bye.